my name is Samantha. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my February book haul. I got quite a few books in the month of February, so I'm not going to say too much about what they all are, otherwise we'd be here all day. So let's just get started. So the first set of books I bought from Barnes & Noble. First I have To Kill a Mockingbird. I was supposed to read this in school. I never actually did. So since the sequel is coming out this summer, I figure I should probably read this one. Sticking with the same theme of books that I was supposed to read in school but didn't, I picked up George Orwell's 1984 and Animal Farm. Again, I haven't read these. I read half of 1984, but I never finished it, so I figured I should probably read them at some point, hopefully this year. Then, when I was browsing the YA section, one of the employees came up to me and asked if she could recommend a book for me, and so she recommended All the Bright Places. So I guess this book takes place in Indiana, which is where I live, so that should be interesting to read. The last book I picked up while I was there is The Last American Vampire by Seth Grahame-Smith. This is a sequel to Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, which I read before the movie came out. I liked the book. The movie was alright, but I really like the idea of these books, so I'm really looking forward to this one. So then I placed a book outlet order, and that order was For Darkness Shows the Stars. I'm not really sure what this is about. I think I saw someone review it once, and I think it's the first book in a series, so I'm not sure. The next book in that order was Juliet Immortal by Stacey J. Again, I'm not really sure what this book is about. It's a Romeo and Juliet retelling, and it was only 99 cents, so I figured I would pick it up to see how it is. So the next two books in my book outlet order were Everneath and Everbound by Brodi Ashton. This is the first and second book in the Everneath series, trilogy. Again, not sure. I believe this is a Greek mythology retelling, so I am really looking forward to these. And then the last book in that order was The Fiery Heart by Richelle Mead, which is the fourth book in the Bloodline series. I haven't read any of these, and as of right now, this is only the second book in the series that I own. I also own the sixth book, which is coming up. I haven't read the Vampire Academy either, but I'm really looking forward to getting into these. I've heard they're amazing, so I'm excited to start. So then I went to a used bookstore with my sisters just to look around. I'd never seen it before, and it's pretty close to where we live, so we decided to just check it out. So while we were there, I saw Dragonfly in Amber by Diana Gabaldon, which I believe is the second book in the Outlander series. I have the first book on Kindle. I'll probably get the rest of these. I started watching the show this month and I really like it so far, so I'm really looking forward to getting into this also. They also had the first book in the Spiderwick Chronicles, the Field Guide. I have not read this series. I've been meaning to for a very long time. I believe I saw the movie. I don't really remember, but I'm looking forward to starting the series. The next book I picked up was I Was Here by Gail Forman. I originally wasn't going to because I'm not a huge fan of stories like this. I really don't want books to make me depressed, but I figured everyone's talking about it, so I should probably get it. I haven't read any Gail Forman yet. I know my sister read If I Stay and Where She Went, and she really liked it, so I'll add this to my Gail Forman list of books to read. And then I picked up The Ruby Circle by Richelle Mead, which is the sixth book in the Bloodlines series, the final book that just came out. Again, I haven't read the Bloodline series, but now I have the fourth and sixth book. And all of the Kindle books were just $2.99, so I bought 1, 2, 3, and 5 of the series. So now I own all of the books, 4 of them in Kindle version, 2 of them in hardback, so I can finally start reading these. So my camera died, so it is now a couple days later, and I can actually finish this video once I found my charger. So next I have a few books that I bought at Anderson's Bookshop in Naperville. They had 2 different signings in February that I went to. One was Brandon Sanderson, and the other was the Epic Reads Tour with Victoria Aveyard, Cynthia Hand, and Jasmine Morga. So I went to both of those and I picked up all their books. So first was the Epic Reads Tour. So while I was there, I picked up Red Queen, which is signed, and My Heart and Other Black Holes by Jasmine Morga, which is also signed, and The Last Time We Say Goodbye by Cynthia Hand, again, which is signed. And then a couple days later, they had the Brandon Sanderson signing, so I picked up Firefight, which is the second book in the Reckoners series, or trilogy. I think it's a series. And he signed it to Samantha Potato in a Minefield. I'm assuming that something happens in this book with a potato in a minefield, or something. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm excited to find out. He also signed my copy of Steelheart for Samantha Sparks. So after that signing, I was just looking around the shelves. I found the Unearthly trilogy by Cynthia Hand, which are all autographed because she signed when she was there. I'm excited to read these now that I've met her. On my way home from the Brandon Sanderson event, I stopped at Barnes & Noble, and I picked up The Sin Eater's Daughter by Melinda Salisbury. I saw someone talking about this. I don't remember who it was, but it sounds really interesting, and I think the cover is really pretty, so I'm excited to start this one. Then I was looking at their buy two, get a third free table, and I picked up Into the Wild, which I haven't read. I've seen the movie, and it was really interesting, so I'm looking forward to this. I also picked up The Martian by Andy Weir, which, again, sounds really interesting and slightly terrifying. It's about a man who is stranded on Mars, and space freaks me out, but it's really interesting, so I'm really excited to read this. And the last one I picked up was Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I've heard a lot of people talk about this, so I figured I would pick it up. Then I went to Books A Million, and they also had a buy two, get the third free sale going on. So I bought the first 6 books in a series of unfortunate events. This is another series that I haven't read for some reason. I don't know what reason that is, and I am really pumped to read these. I think my sisters have the other 7 books, so I'll just have to borrow them from them. And then I placed an Amazon order, and I bought Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, which tons of people have been talking about. I have yet to read any V.E. Schwab. I have now 3 of her books, so I'm really looking forward to these. Plus, I love London, so. I also got We Should Hang Out Sometime by Josh Sundquist, which I bought because it is the March Booksplosion Book of the Month. I've been meaning to read a Booksplosion book, but I never seem to be able to get around to it. I will this time because I'm looking forward to this a lot. I've heard it's really funny, and I'm looking forward to it. And then I went to my local comic book store, and I picked up a couple trade paperbacks. I picked up Fatale by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. I'm not sure what this is about. I just know it takes place in San Francisco in the 50s. And then I picked up The Fade Out by the same authors as Fatale, Ed Brubaker, and Sean Phillips, just because this cover is beautiful and I can't stop staring at it. The next trade I picked up is Thief of Thieves, Volume 1. I'm not entirely sure what this is about, but it's an Image comic, and I found that Image knocks them out of the park, so I'm excited about this one too. And the last one I picked up was The Manhattan Project, Volume 1. I'm assuming it's about the atom bomb Albert Einstein on the cover, which shares my birthday, so that's exciting. I've always found this whole era, the 40s and World War II, really interesting, so I'm excited to read this. And the last thing I have isn't a book. Actually, it is a book, but not anymore. I just wanted to show it. It is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets turned into a phone charger. I saw these on Etsy, and I thought it was the coolest thing. So you just plug it in, stick your phone on it, and it charges. Plus, it's really nice to look at. So I will leave a link to their shop in the description. You should really check it out. They have all different kinds of books that you can choose from, so check it out. And that wraps up my February wrap-up. No, it doesn't. Just kidding. This is my book haul. And that concludes my February book haul. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought about them. I could use some recommendations. So thank you for watching. Bye.